guys, welcome back to another episode of Anime Review. Today we're back and we're covering Mob Psycho 100. First off, I just want to say that I didn't upload over the weekend just because I figured I'd take the weekend off and just start again during the week. I've got a manga review for Berserk Deluxe Edition 1 coming out as well. I don't know if I'm doing that today. Maybe have to wait till tomorrow. But yeah, don't worry guys, I've got a few more anime review episodes lined up to do. And yeah, so anyways, let's just get right into this review. Okay, so first off, Mob Psycho 100 is actually one thing that I did notice, and I mean, just based on the art style, and previously knew, is that it's made by the same creator as One Punch Man. So going into this, watching it, I was constantly comparing it to One Punch Man, which may have been a good idea, may not have been, because, I mean, I remember One Punch Man being pretty funny, but it's just a completely different vibe, and if you expect it to be really anything like One Punch Man, then you might be disappointed. I wasn't disappointed, it was just, I was intrigued that it was something different, which, I mean, I didn't expect it to turn out like it did. I expected it to not be as great, to be honest. I thought it would be, yeah, I just didn't think it would be as good. But Mob Psycho 100 was actually really funny. But, like, as far as, I don't know, One Punch Man, I really enjoyed, at least in that first season. I haven't checked out season 2, but I have heard that it wasn't as good. But with Mob Psycho 100, I also really enjoyed it. And as for which one, like, I enjoyed more, I think One Punch Man Season 1 I did enjoy more than Mob Psycho 100 Season 1. But Mob Psycho 100, I liked it in a different way. It turned out to be surprisingly dark towards the end. But yeah, it was really funny, and just the character interactions were the best. Also, I'm just trying to remember stuff that I've taken notes on. To be honest, the series kind of gets a little bit weird with their whole psychic abilities, I guess. Well, I guess I should really be explaining what it's about for those of you who maybe don't know. Basically, the story follows this guy named Mob, or I forget his real name, but he goes by Mob, and he has psychic abilities. But he works for this guy named Reagan, who's, they're like psychic investigators, pretty much. They're like ghost hunters, sort of. But Reagan leads Mob to believe that he's like this expert ghost hunter. He's a extremely powerful psychic. But in reality, he's a fraud, and he doesn't actually have any psychic powers. So he's basically just leading around Mob, making him do the dirty work, pretty much. But at the same time, Mob thinks that Reagan making him do all these things is just training, because he's like a powerful master. But he actually doesn't. They have a pretty cool dynamic in the show, I think. I haven't checked out the manga at all, but at least in the show, it was really enjoyable. Reagan is definitely one of the funniest characters. He's sort of comedic relief, but at the same time, he offers like a lot of, I don't really know. I feel like because he doesn't have psychic abilities, he ends up keeping the story like grounded, if that makes sense. Like, he keeps the story from getting too crazy, because when the psychic abilities and like battles and stuff are getting crazy, then we'll like cut to him doing something, I don't know, but it's hard to explain exactly, but just his character dynamic is really great in the show, and adds something to the story, I guess, that without him it would just not be the same, if that makes sense. But one of the things that I did really like about this show was just how vibrant it was. All of the colors, especially during like the fight sequences, I thought it was really well done. Again, apologize for my squeaky chair. Yeah, the fights were just great. One fight in particular, I mean, like the entire like last, I don't know, 6 episodes. All right, well, in the first season, there's only 12 episodes, so I guess like pretty much the second half of the show. I guess I don't know. It really starts to heat up once Mob's brother. Everything happens with him, and we get the I forget what the foundation is called, but they're like the company that hunts down the psychic children. Once all of that starts to happen, that's when the story, like, at first it was like kind of lighthearted and just like it was cool stuff, but it was just kind of, it was lighthearted, it was enjoyable, but then it takes a turn and it starts to get serious. I mean, it's still funny, but the tone becomes a lot more serious, and you're like, oh crap, they're not messing around. Especially with that first fight, when Mob steps in to fight the one guy that was trying to kidnap his brother. That was crazy. Great fight, love that. Just because I like how throughout the episodes they'll show his like rage meter, and then once his rage reaches 100%, then he'll just go berserk pretty much, which I thought was a cool added detail. But yeah, as for like maybe my favorite character, Mob was really cool. I did like that one bad guy who was able to control his sword. Kind of reminded me of Alucard from Castlevania, just the way he was able to manipulate his sword. And there's a cool part where he has like the scabbard, and the sword like flies around and like spins around and then goes into the scabbard. It reminded me exactly of Alucard from, like I said, from Castlevania. He was a pretty cool character. I don't know if he was my favorite character though. To be honest, I'd say my favorite character was probably Reagan. He's excellent. He's just so funny. I wasn't a huge fan of the little green spirit thing. I forget what his name is. I forget. Yeah, I forget what his name is, but yeah, Reagan was definitely my favorite character in this. As a whole, I mean, I watched the series on HBO Max, which I was surprised by how good, like, some of the shows that are on HBO Max, like, as far as anime, they don't have they don't have a big anime selection whatsoever, but the shows they do have, are, like, really good picks. Like, for me, it's not my HBO Max account, I use my uncle's account, but I don't have Crunchyroll or Funimation, so some of the shows they have on there, I'm just able to watch them, and I wouldn't have been able to watch them anyway. Like, if I didn't have the access to the HBO Max. Right now, I'm watching ReZero, which is pretty cool. I'll definitely do an anime review on that, but it's something that's been hyped up. I watched JJK on there. When I did my JJK review, they have Konosuba, Dr. Stone, so those are all shows I'll probably watch at some point. But what I kind of went off there, what I'm getting at is, if you don't have Crunchyroll and stuff, I don't know if it's on Crunchyroll, it might just be on Funimation. I'm not exactly sure on that, but if you have HBO Max, it's on there, if you guys want to check it out. It's definitely a really good watch. Only 12 episodes in that first season, which is, I don't know if there's several seasons. They only have the one season on HBO Max, but it definitely really kept me intrigued. Like, to be honest, I sat on that couch. I woke up in the morning because what was I watching before that? I had just finished Black Clover the previous day, and then, or earlier in the morning, I think, and I was looking for something else to watch, I think actually, yeah, I think it was like the previous day. I was looking for a new anime to watch, and then Mob Psycho 100 was just something I saw on there. Turned it on, and to be honest, I sat on the couch like I wouldn't say all day, but like for several hours just watching Mob Psycho, and I managed to just speed through that entire first season. So it's definitely a good watch. It's funny. Characters are surprisingly charming, and the story was like pretty solid. Like I said, like the second half of the season is amazing. That's when like crap starts to go down. But that's about all I have to say for this review. At the moment, you guys know how I do. At the end of the season, I do the season recap, or I change my scores. But at the moment, I'd rate it like a solid between an 8.6 and like an 8.8. It's not anything crazy, but it was definitely really good. Like, you should definitely watch it. If you did enjoy One Punch Man, you will enjoy this as well. There are a lot of similarities between the two, but don't go in thinking that it's like gonna be the same experience, because it's not. But yeah, that's, like I said, that's about all I have to say. Yeah, so tomorrow I probably have that Berserk manga review coming out, and then I think I'm gonna be reviewing the new Seven Deadly Sins season at some point this week. I also have Tokyo Ghoul review, and then I don't know, I might finish ReZero this week. I don't know. I'm not gonna review the second season of ReZero yet. I'm only gonna review season 1. I'll save season 2 for a separate video. But yeah, anyways guys, thanks for watching. Like I said before, we got a bunch of new anime reviews gonna be popping off, because I've just been binge watching a bunch of anime as of recently. So yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more content coming this week. If you did enjoy, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. You don't want to miss what's upcoming. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.